Liverpool can replace Van Dijk and Robertson with an old Richard Hughes favorite. Last summer, Liverpool were reportedly exploring options for left-sided defenders. Players like Willian Pacho, Goncalo Ignacio, and Piero Hincapié were among those linked with potential moves to Anfield, as FSG and Richard Hughes looked for long-term replacements for Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson. With Van Dijk's contract nearing its end and Robertson facing a dip in form, the Reds' need for reinforcements in those positions remains just as urgent 6 months later. Discussions around Robertson's possible successor have been frequent, with Milos Kerkez and Patrick Dorg reportedly among the names under consideration. In central defense, players such as Murillo and Gerard Branthwaite have also been connected to Liverpool. One player who was linked last summer and could have provided cover for both positions is Lloyd Kelly. The 26-year-old was nearing the end of his contract with Bournemouth, attracting interest from multiple Premier League clubs and beyond. Signed by Liverpool's current sporting director Richard Hughes in 2019, Kelly had a solid reputation as a reliable option at both centre-back and left-back when fit. Despite Liverpool's clear need for depth in these areas, they chose not to pursue Kelly, and he eventually signed with Newcastle. The defender was reportedly drawn by the prospect of first-team football and a longer contract, joining Eddie Howe's squad, where he had previously worked at Bournemouth. However, Kelly's move to Newcastle hasn't been as successful as expected. Despite the club's ongoing defensive injury crisis, he has struggled to secure a regular spot in the first team, starting just 4 Premier League matches. As a result, there are growing discussions about the possibility of Newcastle selling him. According to Football Insider, Kelly could be used as a way to raise funds for the club's transfer activities, which could alert Liverpool. Despite being contracted until 2029, Kelly might be available for a reasonable fee due to his limited role at Newcastle. Newcastle stand to make a profit on Kelly, having signed him on a free transfer, and are reportedly not keen to sell this month, especially after rejecting an approach from Fenerbahce. However, this situation may be different in the summer, with Liverpool potentially revisiting the possibility of signing Kelly should doubts persist about Van Dijk and Robertson's futures. For now, the defender seems inclined to stay and fight for his place at St. James's Park. Meanwhile, Manchester United continue to be linked with new attacking signings as they seek to provide Ruben Amorim with the necessary firepower to succeed. Despite having a history of strong attacking players, United have not won a Premier League title in over a decade, and Amorim, the club's new manager, is tasked with ending that drought. He has already made an impact, leading the team to a victory over Arsenal in the FA Cup, despite being reduced to 10 men for over an hour. However, for Amorim to leave a lasting legacy at Old Trafford, he needs a proven striker to lead the line. Reports from Italy indicate that United are closely monitoring Dusan Vlahovic of Juventus, with Ineos, the club's ownership group, reportedly taking an interest in the Serbian international. However, they are not alone, as Arsenal and PSG have also expressed interest. This marks the second time United have been linked with Vlahovic, and if they move forward with a deal, it could potentially lead to the departure of another striker, Joshua Zirkzee, from Amorim's squad. The move for Vlahovic could hinge on PSG forward Randal Kolo Muani, who looks set to join Juventus on loan. If that move materializes, it could pave the way for Vlahovic's exit. The Serbian, who joined Juventus in January 2022, could be available for approximately $75 million, £62 million this window, and with 12 goals so far this season, he could provide United with the attacking presence they've been lacking. Another player who has been linked with a move to the Premier League is Omar Marmoush, who has been in excellent form for Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. The Egyptian forward was close to joining Nottingham Forest in the summer, but chose to remain with Frankfurt, where he has scored 14 goals in just 16 appearances, second only to Harry Kane in the league's goal-scoring chart. Reports suggest that Marmoush has already agreed on personal terms with Manchester City for a move this month, and a deal could be completed soon. While Manchester United may regret not securing Marmoush, a potential move for Vlahovic could offer them their own version of a prolific striker. Vlahovic has been praised by former England coach Fabio Capello as one of the best strikers, and while his goal tally may not match Marmoush's this season, Vlahovic excels in aerial duels and pass completion, making him a good fit for Amorim's tactical system. On Tuesday night in Liverpool, the contract situations of Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Virgil van Dijk will loom large at Anfield. But there will be another high-profile player, soon to be out of contract, looking to make an impression. Jonathan David may already be attracting attention, but a standout performance for Lille against Liverpool in the Champions League will surely put him in the spotlight. As this transfer window has shown, finding a center forward is one of the toughest tasks for any club. However, David, who is in his prime, is now entering the final 6 months of his contract and is in the form of his life. Over the past calendar year, only Mohamed Salah, Harry Kane, and Kylian Mbappe have contributed more goals and assists than the Canadian forward, who turned 25 on January 14th. Averaging a goal involvement every 86 minutes, David has a natural instinct for finding the back of the net, a quality that has been highlighted by one of his former coaches. Since I became a coach in 2008, he's the player who has impressed me the most. He's incredible, said former Lille manager Jocelyn Gourvenec, speaking to Sky Sports. He's always focused on his job, on his game, and on scoring goals. Nothing can distract him. He's quiet, very concentrated, and absolutely loves football. He loves to train, Gourvenec added, reflecting on their time together during the 2021-22 season, when David was key to Lille's success. That season, David scored 22 goals and was the team's standout player. Despite his importance to the squad, he showed an incredible work ethic. After playing a full 90 minutes in a League One match, he was scheduled for a recovery session with players who hadn't featured. But David showed up ready to train, eager to keep working. He turned up and said, "I want to train," Patkaas, Gourvenec recalled. When the staff spoke with him, he was frustrated because he had played 90 minutes the day before, but he said, "I'm fit. I was fit yesterday, and I have to train because I need to score goals." It's remarkable for a coach to have a player like that. Since then, David has maintained his high standards, scoring 26 goals in each of his 2 full seasons at Lille. This season, he has already netted 17 goals in 30 matches and looks set to surpass that tally. David's goals typically come from inside the penalty area, where he excels. He has a knack for being in the right place at the right time, and his 4 goals in the Champions League have come against top clubs like Atletico Madrid, Juventus, and Real Madrid. He's excellent in front of goal, calm in the penalty area, and knows how to place the ball rather than just going for power, said Gourvenec. His ability to be in the right place at the right time is uncanny. The ball seems to find him, and in the penalty area, he always knows where to position himself. It's like a science. But David's contributions aren't limited to just scoring goals. After a season in which he failed to register an assist, he has since become a key playmaker, recording 20 assists over the past 2.5 seasons. He always plays for the team, Gourvenec explained. He loves scoring but is equally happy when he sets up a teammate. He covers around 12 kilometers per game, similar to a midfielder. His intensity is incredible, and he recovers quickly. Playing 2 matches a week is never a problem for him. Given all his qualities and the goals he has scored, it's surprising David hasn't been snapped up sooner. His potential has been clear for years, especially after he helped Lille win the League One title in 2021. There is interest from across Europe, with at least 4 Premier League clubs reportedly keen on securing a move for him in 2025. Chelsea and West Ham made their interest known last summer, and it's clear that David is now in a position to choose his next club. He didn't want to stay this long, but the club didn't want him to leave, said Gourvenec. Now he has the chance to make his choice, and he's in a good position. As David heads to Anfield on Tuesday night, it might not be his last appearance in a Premier League stadium. "I can't see myself playing anywhere other than the Premier League," the striker said back in 2022.